Hi, good afternoon. My name is Kyle and I'm here to discuss how different brewing methods affect the taste of the coffee. Here on my right, I do have a coffee press as one of the brewing methods, and here on my left is a pour over coffee set. This is called the ceramic cone, where we're going to put the filter to be used for the pour over coffee, and this is the server, which receives the coffee from here. So we know how to prepare here for the French press. We just need about 30 grams ground for coffee press, and then we put 180 milliliters for every 10 grams. And then for here, I'm also going to demonstrate how to do the pour over coffee. I have already washed my hands, so just going to put the coffee filter here. Also to show this is a number 4 cone filter. So for this coffee, we're also going to need the the coffee to be grounded for cone filter. First step is to fold the sides here so that it would fit in the ceramic cone. Just going to do that here. Okay, and then I'm going to put it here on the ceramic cone. Okay, and then so once the coffee filter here is placed on the ceramic cone, first step we're going to do is we're going to preheat the paper. Um, I'm also going to be using a gooseneck kettle. We can also notice that there are lines here on the kettle. So this is for the ice line, and these are for the hot lines. So first step is we're going to put some hot water here on the tea ice line. The reason for this is that so that we can preheat the coffee filter, and then we can remove the paper taste before we actually put in the coffee. So I'm just going to go ahead and get some hot water for this. Okay, so right now I'm gonna have to stand so that I can pour the water here. And it's important to note that we would have to wet all the parts of the filter here so that we can make sure that the paper taste is completely gone by the time we start pouring for the pour over coffee. Okay. Also, we have to make sure that we use all of the water here that we got. Right, so we're just going to wait for that to come down for a moment. And then another important step here is that we would have to remove the water that's been poured from the server so that we can actually remove the paper taste, because if we don't discard this, then it's just going to mix up with the pour over coffee that we're going to make. Okay. So for the pour over coffee, we're also going to use about 30 grams of coffee here, which is here. Okay. And then I'm going to put it here so that we can start doing the pour over coffee. Okay. You can tap where the coffee is being stored so that we can make sure that all of the coffee here is completely in the filter. And the next step is after we've put in the coffee, you can tap the sides here of the ceramic cone so that uh, it appears flat on the ceramic cone. And just tap the side slightly. Okay. So then right now the next step is we're going to get some hot water right now here on the hot line instead of the ice line, so that we can then start doing the pour over coffee. That's about here. Okay, so right now I'm going to start pouring the coffee here. Important things to note while pouring. We have to start in the middle and then go on around the sides. First pour is that you would have to wet the coffee completely, and then we would have to stop for a moment, wait for it to bloom for about 10 seconds. By the way, blooming of the coffee is, if you can see it here, can't really let you see it, but the coffee kind of bubbles, and then it lets out the carbon dioxide, so that we can get a better taste from the coffee. And then so now we're going to continue pouring here. Again, start from the middle and then working towards the sides in a pencil width of the pouring. Once you're on the sides, you can then also repeat and start in the middle. Again, watch out for the water here. Has to be pencil-like thickness. And also, the water shouldn't be cut off while you're pouring. And then the circular motion I'm doing here, this also acts as like a steering motion for the coffee, so that you can make sure that the water is going to all of the coffee here. And then once all of the water has run out, then you're done. Also, to mention, the steering motion there is called the turbulence. Okay, so right now we're just going to wait for that to settle. I'm going to sit here, and then also not to forget, I also have the French press here on my side. So it's been also about after 4 minutes. I'm just going to press this down here, and then just going to get 2 cups so that we can pour the coffee. Or maybe just 1 cup just for this. Okay, and then so once the pour over is done, you can also see that you've done good brewing if the coffee bed or the coffee here that's been used after pouring the water has like a volcano shape, like an inverted volcano shape. Kind of looks like half of a trapezoid, about that size, just like that. So the sides would have to be flat. It doesn't have to have like some kind of hump looking edges. Has to be flat on the middle and then flat diagonally connecting to the filter on the sides. So we're done here. Now, the reason that we're doing this is so that we can differentiate how the brewing method affects the coffee flavor. So right now I'm going to taste the French press coffee first. So I have it here on this cup. Just going to take a sip on this. Okay. Going to give the comparison after I taste the pour over coffee, which is on this cup. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what I've immediately noticed when I try the pour over coffee is that it has a very strong tingling sensation in the mouth, which pertains to the acidity of the coffee. Um, Pour over coffee is suitable for light roast coffees. So, if you have a light roast and you'd like to have a better experience and you don't know which brewing method you'd have to use, I greatly recommend the pour over coffee. However, here on the French press, um, if you're using the same coffee, you would notice that in the pour over coffee, it has a very, very light body. However, here on the French press, it actually has a more fuller body. Also, since the French press is one of the immersion methods of brewing a coffee, you can also get more taste from it. Um, Also, here from the appearance of the surface here from the two coffees, if you can see it here on the pour over coffee, it looks very clear. Um, Important to mention here because the oils from the coffee grounds have been caught in the coffee filter while we're doing the pour over coffee. However, here on the French press, since we don't have any paper filter, if you're going to pour this on a cup, then it would also go on the coffee. So you can see um, what looks like some bubbles of oil on top. So French press also takes more of the sweetness on the coffee. So if you're going for that, then you're recommended to take the French press coffee. All right. And then to summarize it all, yeah, we do have the pour over coffee here. It's great for light roasts, and if you want a very light body coffee, you like the tingling sensation when you're drinking your coffee, then you would go for the pour over coffee. However, if you enjoy fuller body, more flavor, a little bit more sweetness on the coffee, then you would go for the French press. Um, Pour over coffee, light body, more acidity. French press, fuller body and more flavor because of the more oils that has been included in the brewing method. And that's all. Thank you very much for listening.